CKJ Crypto News. I'd like to welcome everybody to the show today. I got a huge video. I pretty much tied Swift and Ripple as basically working on the same team, the same relationships. Pretty much, it's been a kind of a reoccurring theme here. I've been pretty much saying that this technology, XRP, will be used for the settlement of securities, for the securities market, the commodities market, derivatives, stocks, bonds. Pretty much the securities market, the settlement of securities is a 1.7 quadrillion. The 1.7 quadrillion in value worldwide. And Ripple XRP, the technology behind Ripple, will be used for the settlement of securities. And in this video, I have proof of Ripple, Swift, all working together in the same consortium, pretty much approved by Abu Dhabi that XRP is not a security. The clearinghouse Swift board members on the same entities for the depositories, the clearinghouses. Pretty much the CSD is the Central Securities Depositories. Last year, Swift and 7 CSD worldwide agreed on a memorandum to explore blockchain technology. The group of the world's largest central security depositories have united to build their own blockchain consortium. ISSA, the International Security Services and Association, recently endorsed the CSD Working Group. The ISSA and the CSD Working Group on DLT will focus on digital assets. Does anybody know what other cryptocurrency is called digital assets? There's only one that wants to be referred to as the digital asset, and that's XRP. Last June, the CSD Working Group in DLT and SWIFT have signed a memorandum, joint efforts to develop the use of blockchain technology. The group will focus on creating and adopting common standards for the use of DLT among securities depositories. And pretty much, as I've been saying, they're not concerned is if Ripple XRP a security or not. They're developing legal framework, legal foundation for this technology to be used for the settlement of securities. This is going to be huge, guys. This is just the beginning. I'm telling you, it's so good to be a pioneer. And I actually like one of the comments that somebody put on the Abu Dhabi article I shared. They said with the SWIFT partnership, it looks like that 589 is in our grasp. That's for sure. So pretty much what I've been saying is there's no way that SWIFT is going to be replaced because they have a partnership with 11,000 institutions. There's no way they're just going to pack up and go. It would be so much more simpler for Ripple and SWIFT just to partner up and continue business as normal, and even better as we step into a global economy. As Chris Larson says, XRP is the final key to globalization. So let's get this show started. Work with me, guys. Bear with me. I'm going to pretty much tie a lot of relationships together here. It's pretty much my proof to me that I believe that there's a partnership between Ripple, XRP, Swift, Digital Assets, DLT, the world, clearinghouses. Let's get this show started. You can follow me on Twitter, CKJ at CKJ Crypto News. The first thing I did is pretty much right here is on Swift board members. Here goes Swift, the global provider of secure financial messaging service. So this is Swift board. And actually pretty much, I looked up this guy, didn't find nothing, didn't look up him, but pretty much the first guy I came to, I pretty much found a tie-in. This is Eddie Astine, chairman, executive board. Also, he's on the board of Swift, but he's also the chairman of the National Security Depositories in Russia. So, and this is what I'm saying about these clearinghouses. So if you go to this article right here, what future role for CSD and blockchain post-trade environment. Now remember the definitions, a lot of abbreviations in here. CSD is the Central Security Depositories. Now basically, and it starts off where these entities are very concerned with how revolutionary this technology is, and they're concerned with maybe putting them out of a job. So blockchain technology enables real-time settlement in the securities world. This may mean the end of number of players in the post-trade era. For a long time, central security depositories, the CSD, as intermediators in the post-trade processing chain were expected to become obsolete. The CSD, but also other existing players in the post-trade environment, are however changing their mind on these new technologies and on their future position in blockchain world. Increasing regulation, legacy system, and cost of pressure are drivers for the CSD to at least embrace some aspects of blockchain. They are increasingly considering them as enabler of more efficient processing of existing and new services instead of a threat to their existence. It is interesting to see that some of these actors, who could potentially be big losers in distributed ledger technology, DLT, or blockchain system, are open to innovation with blockchain and willing to invest in DLT. Last January, Swift and 7 CSDs worldwide agreed on a memorandum of understanding to explore the use of blockchain technology in post-trade process. So basically, as we go farther in the article, we're going to see that basically they're taking a serious look at digital assets. Pretty much the Swift partnerships with the Abu Dhabi and Argentina exchange are pretty much all Ripple's partners too. So they're all partners. They're all in the same consortiums. They're all working together. So let's get this show started. Where do CSDs stand now? Blockchain disruption and securities post-trade. Now, guys, I've been saying this for a while, and actually one of my videos even got featured in Global Coin Report, where I said basically they're looking at this technology before the use of securities and commodities, derivatives, stocks, bonds. I'm telling you guys, the use case that we've mainly been focusing on, the settlements of remittances, is just one use case. But the use case that's going to blow the price through the roof, I believe, is the settlement of securities when they're using XRP for real-time settlements. No longer 2 days, 3 days, or by law that all settlements in the security depositories have to be cleared by the end of the day. Well, guess what? Now they're going to be real-time clearance. It's going to blow the roof off the market. But anyway, DLT has potentially to heavily disrupt existing post-trade processes and financial services, impacting the business model of a number of intermediaries. This raises a significant question on the present actors in the post-trade world, as the role may change dramatically or even disappear. So, with blockchain that's linking trading partners directly, everything will be in place in the ledger at the time of the transaction. Institutions will no longer have to maintain their own database in the future with DLT, as there will be only one database for all participants in the transaction. Of course, with DLT, all in the complex systems and processes transferring cash equities from one account to another are not required. Everything will be embedded into blockchain. Buyers and sellers can match transactions in seconds, and all parties are aware of transactions have been done. This will heavily ease the reconciliation process. Blockchain could ultimately become the standard for financial transactions and real-time settlements, increasing transparency and efficiency in highly fragmented industries. Sounds like they're talking about XRP already. So let's just go down here. The CSD working group of DLT. Now, the group of the world's largest central security depositories have united in July last year to build their own blockchain consortium. They have agreed to explore how DLT could save money and bring efficiencies to post-trade processes. So, earlier CSD members of the consortium called the CSD Working Group on DLT Distributed Ledger Technology include DTCC, which is the Depository Trust and Clearing Company, State of Africa, SIX Securities, Switzerland, NASDAQ, Baltics Worldwide, CSD Technology Provider. Here's Argentina right here. Ripple ecosystem expands to 7 countries in Latin America. Argentina right here. I just jumped around a little bit. Bear with me. The National Security Depository of Russia, the NSD from Russia. Here that is right here. The NSD in Russia. Here's Eddie on the board of SWIFT. Is on the board of the NSDC in Russia. And the United Arabs. And we already know about the United Arabs. EAU Exchange ties up with blockchain startup Ripple. We will get back to this article though. The UAE Exchange agrees ties up with blockchain startup Ripple, but we will get back to that one. And not to mention right here, coming onto XRP, he illustrated how recently Abu Dhabi Global Market came out and clearly said that XRP is not a security. But anyway, let's get back to the main article. It gets really interesting as we go along. The official stated objectives of the CSD working group on DLT is to demonstrate business value of blockchain technology and give participating in this participating CSDs a better understanding of how blockchain technology might change the roles in the future. Let's move down a little bit. Now, the CSDs is in various regions are not currently building a single solution. Not building a single solution. Rather, each group is building its own platform designed to interoperate with others. As an example, Moscow Exchange Group's proxy voting solutions to build it using a Hyperledger partnership with Ripple, which is in early experiments. They were using both chain Hyperledger, Ripple XRP partners with Hyperledger. The system would automatically allow voting privileges for members based on voting rights and within particular organizations. So let's just move down a little bit farther. It gets more and more interesting. The International Securities Association, this is the ISSA, which we spoke of previously. The International Securities Service Association recently endorsed the CSD Working Group on DLT. The association has included it's part of a new work stream with association's existing working group on DLT, giving this initiative greater industry visibility. As a part of the ISSA, the CSD working group on DLT will initially focus on digital assets. Right here. As part of the ISSA, which is the International Security Services Association, the CSD, which is the Central Security Depositories Group, on DLT, which is Distributed Ledger Technology, will initially focus on digital assets. Now, there's only one digital asset that I'm very familiar with. Don't call me a cryptocurrency, call me a digital asset. Ding, 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 that's XRP. That's for sure. So let's move down a little bit farther. There is a lot of potential for DLT in securities, processing, and work being led by the CSD Working Group on DLT, tackling every key challenge related to emerging technologies, XRP baby, which is a clear lack of standard. SWIFT, here goes SWIFT. Last January, the CSD Working Group on DLT and SWIFT have signed a memorandum understanding and focused on the CSD's joint efforts to develop applied use of blockchain technology in the post-trade sector. Apart from SWIFT, participating members include Abu Dhabi Securities Exchange, Abu Dhabi Bank partners with Ripple for cross-border payments. Abu Dhabi Securities Exchange is big on blockchain. UAE Exchange ties up with blockchain Ripple. We'll get back to that in 1 second. Also, we got the National Settlement Depository in Russia. There goes SWIFT. 6 security services in Switzerland. And we got Argentina. Argentina right here, like I showed you earlier. Ripple's ecosystem expands to 7 countries in Latin America. Argentina right there. Additional depositories are expected to join. Of course they are. All these depositories are going to link up on one ledger, and they're going to be powered by Ripple, the Interledger, Hyperledger, and also they're taking a serious look at digital assets for the settlement of these securities. And of course, XRP is going to be the top pick. They clearly said it right there. And the goal is to work together to explore how blockchain could be used for post-trade processes. What's new kind of products could be built using it, and its existing standards could support it. But if you go down here, the group will focus on creating and adopting mass adoption, common standards for principles for the use of DLT among security depositories and financial industry. It's exactly what I've been saying for a long time, guys. XRP will be used for the settlement of securities and clearinghouses. And this market in itself alone is a 1.7 quadrillion in value worldwide, making it by far the highest financial value processor in the world. So basically, this is huge. So then if you go to right here, Ripple partners with Hyperledger, which is in that consortium right there. Right here, like I said, Abu Dhabi market came out and clearly said XRP is not a security. And then if you go to right here, UAE Exchange agrees tie up with blockchain startup Ripple. Now, basically, there's a partnership with Swift, UAE. They tie up with Ripple. They said Ripple's not a security. They've been moving forth with this technology. UAE Exchange is one of the region's biggest money exchange houses. Entered into agreement with U.S. blockchain startup Ripple to facilitate real-time cross-border remittances payments as it looks to bring the cost of transactions down for its customers. The early adoption of this game-changing technology, and this is why I'm so excited to be a pioneer in this revolution. Huge opportunity for us all, that's for sure. I'll offer competitive services as it will have an impact in speed and cross-border transactions. So, but then if you go down here, Abu Dhabi Securities Exchange signs agreement with Swift and other parties to adopt blockchain technology. Now, we just seen that Swift, Abu Dhabi, most of these clearinghouses are all working on the settlement, all working together pretty much to work on the same ledger, and they're also taking a serious look at digital assets. Abu Dhabi Securities Exchange signs agreement with Swift and other parties to adopt blockchain technology. Huge. Abu Dhabi Securities Exchange has signed an agreement with financial messaging service firm Swift and several central security depositories, which we just discussed, companies to use blockchain technology in post-trade operations, capital market transactions to cut costs and risks, it said on Tuesday. The 9 entities signed a memorandum of understanding under which they will collaborate on distributed ledger technology in these areas that include research and development, identifying, defining, developing identifying additional use cases for DLT in a CSD environment. This is huge, guys. This is massive. This is massive. Like I said, Ripple will work with Swift. And if you go to this right here, I kind of like this comment that somebody put right here on this one. Abu Dhabi Securities Exchange signs agreement with Swift and other parties to adopt blockchain technology. And if you go to the comment right here, where did I could swear somebody said, bear with me, guys. Somebody just put a comment on there that said, looks like with that partnership 589 is very possible. It's gotta be on this one, isn't it? 3 comments on that one. Maybe it's on the one below it. Damn it. I wanted to highlight his comment. Bear with me one more second here. Okay, right here. XRP, DT. Oh, D-Teller. What's going on, D-Teller? I didn't realize that was you. 589, here we come. Sounding more realistic with the Swift. Yeah, you're right about that. Once they combine and once they really realize the advantages of this technology and real-time settlements, this is a huge game changer. And I pretty much shared that in the article. All right, guys, we'll end this video at this point right here. What do you think about these pieces I tied together? And pretty much shows that Ripple, Swift, and all these entities are all pretty much geared towards the same solution. Real-time settlements, settlements of security, depositories. The CKJ coin will pop up underneath me right now. Right there. There it is. CKJ coin. Smash that coin and subscribe. We're about 300 subscribers away from 10K. We've been running a campaign 10K for CKJ. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much. I do daily live streams. Start your day with CKJ at 11 a.m. Eastern. And I also do late night live stream with CKJ around 9 p.m. Eastern. So, guys, we got to start your day with CKJ. And we got your nightcap. Sweet XRP Dreams live stream at 9 p.m. Eastern. Okay, guys, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. It means the world to me. Have a wonderful day. Peace.